Hi, Cantor. Happy birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your July 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, the source will be in front of us. The Celtic Cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology ice we have in front of us to get an idea where you folks should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have Sagittarius, and for you guys, Sagittarius is your 6th house of work, daily routines, and health. Nothing really going on there, astrologically speaking, in July, but it could still be a focus there. Well, yeah, once again, speaking of 6th house, right, we also see that coming up in your dice. So, yeah, that could definitely be a focus on your work lives, like I said, your health, your daily routines. And we have the sun. So this makes sense to see as well, because of course, for the first few weeks of July, we're going to have the sun in your sign, and then it'll move into Leo toward the end of the month, which is your 2nd house of possession, self-worth, finances. Right, so we'll keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the sun, and challenging that, we have the moon. So yeah, once again, like I was saying when we also saw it come up in the dice, the sun will be in your sign for the first few weeks of the month. So it could just be saying you might be feeling revitalized in July. Maybe even before that, right? Because at the time recording this, we're about to have the sun move into Cancer in a few days. So it could just be saying you might be feeling a little bit revitalized, rejuvenated. But with the moon coming up in a challenge position, it could just be saying that you still might feel like there's some things that have you a little bit off balance emotionally. At the very least, it could also be pointing to the timelines as far as at the time of recording this, we haven't had that full moon in Capricorn just yet. And then there's going to be a new moon in your sign that's going to be a little intense. And then there's also going to be a second full moon in Capricorn later in July too. So definitely be on the lookout for those cycles there as far as when you might be feeling a little bit out of balance. Right, in the foundation position, we have the 5 of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here. Could just be saying you might be looking back with some regret over the situation. So maybe even just reflecting on the past year, right? Maybe feeling like you didn't accomplish as much as you wanted to. Maybe you might have felt like you lost touch with some people who were important to you in your lives. Things along those lines there. But I feel like this is always saying that it's one of those things that usually passes pretty quickly and you're ready to move on. Right, in the past position, we have the 8 of Swords. So this is a Gemini energy here. I could just be saying that during Gemini season, you might have felt like you didn't know quite which way to go, right? You might have been feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit overwhelmed, just feeling like you were overthinking things. So you might have felt like you were just treading water during Gemini season. All right, in the present position, we have the 5 of Swords. So, well, I was just saying that we haven't had that full moon, the first full moon, I should say, in Capricorn just yet, right? So that's one timeline to maybe watch out for, given that the moon came up as a challenge for you guys. But yeah, in general, 5 of Swords is also an energy that tends to be a little bit temporary, but definitely a little bit frustrating in the moment when we're going through it. So this could maybe be an argument that you might have with friends, possibly even over finances as well. All right, in the near future position, we have the 2 of Swords. So this is a Libra energy here. And to me, this says that you'll probably try to look for a diplomatic way to resolve this issue with whoever it is. So like I said, for some of you could be friends. Maybe it's more of a financially based situation too, especially given we saw a lot of 6th house energy come up with your dice. But yeah, to me, this says that you're probably going to try to detach from the emotions, right? Especially like we said, given that the moon will be a challenge for you guys this month. You might feel like, okay, let me take a step back, right? Figure out what went wrong there and see what to do. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, for some of you, could even be saying that maybe for some of you, you might have been a little bit more reactive than usual. I will say there's going to be a lot of energy in your sign, pretty much from the second your season starts all the way through the first couple weeks, I would say, of July, because you're going to have Mercury in your sign for a while, Venus as well, obviously the sun, right? We talked about the extra lunar cycles. That'll be on the Cancer Capricorn axis. So it'll just have you a little bit, overstimulated at times, especially coming out of that Eight of Swords energy from the past, too. So you might even look at it and say, okay, maybe I played a little bit more of a role in the situation than I initially thought, too. All right, in the environment position, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, to me, this says it looks like there is a new opportunity that wants to come your way, but it could just be saying that maybe it's not quite in your awareness just yet, right? Like we said with the moon in the challenge position, where you might feel like you're a little bit out of balance in some ways. And then if we even think of the artwork and the foundation, the Five of Cups, how we see the Three Cups knocked over, person's attention's on that, not really looking at the two cups standing up in the background, right? So that could be one of those things where it could just be saying you might be fixated on the situation that's not working out so well, and in the background there could be a new opportunity coming your way. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Queen of Swords. So yeah, especially whatever this conflict was around, like I said, it looks like ultimately this is more Libra energy here, so it looks like you really are trying to approach the situation from a balanced perspective and really seeking fairness in the situation. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Seven of Cups. So more Scorpio energy here. So yeah, it could just be one of those things where you might feel like initially going into the month, you might feel like you're lacking opportunities, right? Given that we see the artwork with the Five of Cups. And then fast forward to as we move toward the end of July, you might feel like you have too many opportunities coming your way, and then that could be a little bit overwhelming as well. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, this could definitely be pointing to, like I said, whatever this conflict is around. Maybe it was a falling out with friends, or maybe, again, given that we see the Pentacles there too, maybe this was a financial situation that needs to get ironed out. It looks like there is potential for it to happen there, but like I said, it looks like there's going to be a pretty big energy shift, and then that might throw you guys off balance for a little bit, but it seems like for the majority of you to be short-lived. Moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says Relinquish the Need to Change Others. Right? It says real love is accepting other people the way they are without trying to change them. If we try to change them, this means we don't really like them. It is easier to find someone who is already the way you want him or her to be, instead of trying to change that person. It's an interesting message there because, again, like I said, it does seem like there might be some conflict with someone that didn't necessarily come across as though it's this romantic connection, a friendship, family, you name it, right? But hopefully that message resonated either way. And then from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Not For You. There's the artwork and the number 6. So yeah, given that we'll be moving out of the 6th month before we head to July, right? Maybe this will be saying that maybe a situation that started sometime during June might hit a wall for you guys, but we'll see what it says in the book. All right, essential meanings says a clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. The Oracle's message. There are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It is as if you don't really get to be in the game, and you feel like you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you want right now, that indeed, your dream for that exact thing will not be fulfilled. This is a time to radically accept that not everything is available to you when you want it. Take heart, for there are benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what's for your highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better that will make you truly happy is on its way. Trust this. So yeah, interesting message there, right? Because we were talking about the Five of Cups energy and looking back on situations that you might have felt were missed opportunities, and then we were talking about in the environment position, seeing that Ace of Pentacles seemingly as a new opportunity presenting itself, but it might not be in your awareness just yet. All right, the relationship message says some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it's not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. So yeah, like I said, this didn't necessarily strike me as necessarily anyway, a romantic connection that had the conflict and disappointment, but for those of you if that was the case, hopefully that message resonated. And the prosperity message says you can strategize and project and systemize and invest all your time and energy, but sometimes your best laid plans seem to go awry in spite of it all. Keep in mind that no effort is wasted. Fail fast and learn from defeat. Then keep going. You will eventually succeed, although perhaps not at this game, not at this time. Know when to fold your cards. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? And like I said, usually that Five of Cups energy does tend to be a little bit more short-lived. So maybe it's just one of those things where you're just going to process any disappointment early in the month. Like we said, it looks like that Ace of Pentacles opportunity might not be in your awareness immediately, and even toward the end of the month, it looks like you still might not be quite sure what opportunity is coming your way, but it looks like it will be a significant one. So once again, happy birthday. Hopefully that resonated for you guys, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.